Hello everyone, Briximus Prime back for another unboxing live stream, and haven't done one of these in a little while, but I'm back again, and updates to go over before we get into the actual unboxing of the two Big Bad Toy Store boxes back there. And again, I'm not expecting anyone to show up for this live stream because I did kind of do it a little last minute, but anyway, so I've got my knife, and then I've got the other stuff here I wanted to show off. So first of all, the FanX convention is this year, this week specifically. And if none of you remember last year, FanX from last year was when I met Peter Cullen and Frank Welker, the voices of Optimus Prime and Megatron. And sadly, there's no one such as like Peter Cullen and Welker who's going this year that I'm really excited about, but there are some actors and actresses that are going that are pretty interesting. Like the voice actor Charles Martinet is going to FanX. If none of you know who that is, he does wahoo! It's a me, a Mario. Let's go. He does the Mario voices and Waluigi and Luigi and Wario and a bunch of characters from the Nintendo games. Sup, Firewall. And then who else does he do? I know Charles Martinet is played in like Sim and a couple other stuff. Yeah, I haven't watched the review yet, but I saw that Prime vs. Prime posted his review on the Dragon Megatron, so I'll definitely need to go and watch that in a little bit. Also, I need to watch Andor still, so for anyone who's seen it before me and it's in this chat, don't spoil it, please. I still haven't watched any of the episodes of Andor. Also, I do have a new review going to be coming soon. The guy that voiced Nemesis from Resident Evil. Wait. Charles Martinet voiced Nemesis from Resident Evil? You learn something new every day, apparently. Anyway, I'm off topic now. Oh yeah, reviews. I do have some upcoming reviews. I kind of dropped off the face of the earth there after my Wild Rider, Transformers Legacy Wild Rider review, but I've got two new reviews planned. One of them is a little bigger than the other. One of them is already within the editing process, so hopefully it's out by tomorrow. I was going to have it come out today, but it got delayed because of other stuff I have outside of my life, but I am hoping to get it out by tomorrow. It's a Star Wars The Black Series double review on the Black Series Archive Series Dengar and the Black Series Cad Bane from Star Wars The Clone Wars. And then after that, my next Transformers review is a multi-figure review. It's not a single figure review. It's not a double review. It's a quadruple review of 4 figures. Just to show you really fast as to what particularly I'm referring to. I'm referring to the last year's War for Cybertron Trilogy Worlds Collide 4-pack that included the Bumblebee, Fangreed, Black Arachnia repaint, and the Nemesis Primal. I'm going to be reviewing this as my next Transformers review, so be sure to stay tuned for that coming soon. I've been wanting to review this 4-pack for quite a while, and so I finally am getting around to it now that I've gone past basically most of my Legacy reviews. Oh yes, that's the other thing. I also have a toy hunt that's going to be upcoming as well. If you don't know, Mario's voice actor also voiced Nemesis from Resident Evil 3, the guy that keeps saying stars over and over. Okay. You learn something new every day, I guess. Another thing I wanted to show off. It's not that big a deal, but it's just something I thought I'd show off. If any of you noticed in my Wild Rider review and in my... Well, no, that review's not out yet. At least in my Wild Rider review, some of you may have noticed in that Wild Rider review the camera quality might have looked a little different than what previous videos had looked like. Well, that's because I was originally filming on an old iPhone 8 Plus. Now I've got an iPhone 13 Plus. So I now have a new iPhone. It's got the new fancy triple lensed camera. So hopefully this will help improve some of my camera work, my photography for thumbnails, and for just everything on YouTube in general. Just something I thought I'd mention. I have a new iPhone, so hopefully that'll help with the progression of the YouTube channel. Anyway, continuing on to other stuff that I apparently talk about now during my live streams is I have gotten a couple of brand new comic books. And again, I only do this now so I can patent out the length of the live stream so I can, stall opening the boxes. But yeah, I did get some new comic books. This first one is going to act as a bit of a weird one, but it is real, I assure you. So a couple of weeks ago, or I guess about a month ago now, they had a YouTube video that kind of went viral. There was a video that kind of went viral where Mark Hamill mentioned how his first job was working at a Jack in the Box, and then he ended up getting fired because he did like some voice thing, like where he tried to voice a clown or whatever over the drive-through like speaker, and his manager didn't like that, and it got him fired. And then now his voice acting has made him a big famous actor. So anyway, Mark Hamill was invited back to the Jack in the Box that fired him, and they had him work there for like a day. He was there for like a day, and for some reason, Jack in the Box thought it was so amusing that they even made this. They made that story about Mark Hamill into a comic book. Yeah, this is a real item that exists. Like, what the fudge? I put it in the bag and board, just FYI, just to keep it nice. But what? Like, just what? I don't know why this exists, but it does, and I'm glad that I have it. Toy Shiz on Instagram, he shared a link to Jack in the Box's website, and apparently they were giving these out for free. So I just got mine in the mail recently, so that is a comic book that I did get. I have not read it, but it looks like a fine addition to my collection. So just FYI, I did get that comic. Again, it's just such a weird comic. Like, what the fudge? Like, why is this a comic? Why? But I'm glad I have it. I'm glad that it's here in my hands. I'm glad that it's real. It's just so ridiculously stupid that I can't believe it's real, but I'm glad it is. So that's one comic that I got. Another comic that I also got was I've been getting into the Amazing Spider-Man series that's been going on recently, and I kind of fell behind on some of it, but I did manage to catch up. I found issues 1 and 2, and now I've got issue number 3 to continue that series. So this looks like a very interesting Spider-Man series, and I cannot wait to read more of it. So just another Spider-Man comic to add to the stack. Also, it was Batman Day recently, and I just realized I actually don't have one of the comics out here. There it is. So it was Batman Day recently, and at every comic book shop, they had a free Batman comic. They had a free Batman comic book. Only this year they had 2 of them. They had 2 Batman comics. So the 2 Batman comics they ended up getting was they reissued for Batman Day the first issue of Batman Hush. It's called Batman Hush Special Edition. Apparently this is like an exclusive cover, I guess, or maybe it's just a special edition. As you can see right up there in the corner, it says Batman Day right there. So yeah, I got that free comic book, and then the other free comic book they had was this more like kiddie comic, but it was still free. I mean, come on, it was still free. This like Batman mystery case book, some kind of little cartoony comic book, as you can see right there. Batman Day. I had to participate in Batman Day because Batman is my favorite DC superhero, so might as well hop on the Batman Day hype train because I love Batman. So might as well celebrate his 80th something birthday. I don't know how old Batman is, but I know that he's been around for more than 80 years, which is wild. I also recently picked up the comic book of excuse me, burped. I picked up the comic a little bit ago of the Marvel's Spider-Man Sinister War. I picked up issue number 1 at one of my comic shops, and I thought it was a good read. Basically, Sinister War is like Captain America Civil War, only except instead of it being a couple of the Avengers fighting each other, it's Spider-Man's entire rogues gallery brawling each other. So, like, all the different members of the Sinister Six, even Spider-Man's villains that were never part of the Sinister Six, and they're all just in a big battle royale between each other. And so I thought the concept was cool, and the first issue I thought was a good read, so I picked up issue number 2 of Sinister War. Got a nice Spider-Man image right there on the front, and then I also picked up Sinister War number 3, which has a nice image of a bunch of Spider-Man's, like, I guess B-level villains. I mean, like, there is Mysterio on Shocker on here, but then there's like other characters on here, like the daughter of Kraven the Hunter, and then there's like White Rabbit and like the female Beetle, like, you know, a bunch of those B level characters. But like, I mean, there is Shocker and Mysterio, but like, you know what I mean, like kind of the more B level Spider-Man villains. But so it's like, you know, thought it was a cool concept, decided to pick that up. And then from another comic series that I've been trying to read, I finally found issue number 2 of the Transformers Bold New Era, you know, the newer IDW Transformers series that they did after they stopped doing the Lost Light storyline and everything. So I finally found issue number 2. I've had issue number 2 and then like 3, 4, and 5 for like the longest time. So the fact that I even found an issue 2 just blew my mind. I was like, wait, what? So picked up Transformers issue number 2. And I guess, and that's all the comic books that I have gotten recently. So just showing you that is what I have gotten. Still can't believe that this is a thing, but I'm happy with it. I have more. I have another comic that should be coming sometime later this month, but I probably won't show that off till the next live stream unboxing, depending on how fast it gets over here. But are Shocker and Mysterio really B-tier villains? Not really. I mean, especially considering I don't really consider them B-tier anymore, especially because they were recently put into the MCU, which makes them a little more A-tier. Just because, like, when I say B-tier villains, I'm not saying their power levels. I mean B-tier as in, like who knows who female Beetle is? Like, only people who have read the comics will. But, like, people with Iron Man and, like, or I guess staying on topic with Spider-Man stuff, like Dr. Octopus. Everyone knows who Dr. Octopus is because he's been in the movies. Where, like, female Beetle, she's never been in the movies. So how many... That's, like, half of your entire audience who's seen those movies doesn't even know who that would be. So it's like... Because half your people who watch the Spider-Man movies either have read the comics or they are just watching the movie. So, like, that's kind of my point. When I say B tier, I mean, like, characters that are not very well known is what I mean. All right, let's get into the first package here. So here's the first Big Bad Toy Store package. This was the first one that showed up, so that's why I'm opening this up first. And I have a really good idea as to what is in here, because I did get a couple of notifications from Big Bad Toy Store about what is shipped. I just don't know which is which. So I think I know what's in here. Oh, jeez. But you guys don't. That's the whole point of the mystery unboxing. It's mostly meant to be a mystery to you guys, not me. Oh, fudge. Ooh, this looks nice. It's actually bigger than I thought, and actually a little more detailed than I thought, too. That's a good-looking blaster. I'm not going to stall because I do need to go and watch Andor here in a little bit, but this is the Star Wars The Black Series Deluxe Dark Trooper. Let me get the microphone out of the way. The Dark Trooper from The Mandalorian. It will focus. Not sure if you can see that very well, but it is the Dark Trooper. The Star Wars The Black Series Dark Trooper from The Mandalorian. And yeah, again, I can't tell if you can see that very well, but very nice. This figure He's a lot taller than I thought he'd be, but I still think he's just as overpriced, even though he is now here in my hands. I still think he's overpriced. But he's got the 2 blast effects, he's got the gun, he's got alternate hands, which is really nice. Hulking Imperial combat droids with gleaming black armor and powerful jet boots, the Dark Troopers are a powerful design. Yeah, I could also agree they're a powerful design. Very marketable is what they mean by powerful design. These Dark Troopers, ever since their introduction into The Mandalorian in Season 2, they have been marketed so much in Mandalorian merchandise. Like, they've been all over the place. Getting this guy out of the packaging. There's one of his fists. There's the other fist. And a piece of tape that I don't want. Blast effect. Blast effect. Oh, and by the way, there was also a Big Bad Toy Store sticker in there as well. Always required now to have the sticker. And there is the Dark Troopers blaster. And now I'm just trying to get the actual Dark Trooper himself out of there. Whoa. As I'm trying to get him out of there, I can see his ab crunch moving. Whoa, that looks so good. This is impressive looking. The glossy black looks really good. It doesn't make him feel cheap in any way. Ball joint at the neck's a little tight, but not too shabby. This guy's got some nice joints, like I must say. Some very nice joints. And then I wanted to look at that abdomen joint. That looks cool. That can be used as a waist swivel. His hips can kick forward, back, out to the side. He has kind of a very like Transformers kind of feel to him, like the type of plastic and like just the way how he feels. And like some of the engineering like feels very Transformers here. Like that makes sense because it's Hasbro and Hasbro. Speaking of overpriced, opinions on HasLab Ghost Rider. Honestly, I actually would like to get the Ghost Rider, but it is overpriced. The Ghost Rider is overpriced, but if we're able to get to the if the HasLab Ghost Rider could get all of the extra tiers, so that means Mephisto, the Johnny Blaze, or not Johnny Blaze, a Robbie Reyes, and whatever other figures and whatever other like bonus tier stuff there is that they're going to throw in there. If we could get all of them, like legit get all of them for the project, then I think it would be worth it. I think the value is there if we can get all the tiers. But if not, maybe. I'm unsure about it, but I think I will end up backing it anyway. I'm just waiting for next paycheck to do so because it is quite the shiny penny. But you know what was worth the money? Like, as much as I complain about the deluxe figures not really worth the price, I will admit this guy looks pretty dang good. The Dark Trooper, if he will freaking focus on the camera for once. Come on, camera. Come on. Focus him. I guess it is focusing him now. I guess. Yeah, there's the Dark Trooper. He's got his big blast effects on his feet. Love that. I love the glossy black. And then again, he comes with an alternate pair of fists. as well. I will definitely be trying to review this guy hopefully soon, because I am behind on a lot of my Black Series reviews, and this guy is definitely one of the Black Series I have been anticipating for a while. And I will say, as of right now, as of me handling the figure, he has been worth the wait. Very nice. Like, this guy is the definition of the Star Wars The Black Series, because he's literally a black, glossy, high-quality action figure droid. Like, he is the physical embodiment of the Star Wars The Black Series. Alrighty. Any guesses as to what is in this box? Yeah, opinions on HasLab Ghost Rider. Like I said, I think it is overpriced as is, but I feel like the value will be there if we're able to unlock all the extra figures and tiers that are going with the Ghost Rider. Like, one of the figures that I anticipate could be one of the possibilities. Maybe the old Ghost Rider that's like the cowboy one, like the cowboy Ghost Rider. Maybe he'll be a figure included in there. Maybe they'll include I don't know. Just Mephisto was the big one on top of all those, and now that he's been revealed and already confirmed, I can't really think of anything else being in the Ghost Rider thing other than a couple of the Ghost Riders. Obviously, Big Bad Toy Store sticker, always appreciated. I always like having stickers, and this feels way heavier than I thought. Wow. Feels valuable, is what I'm trying to say. Like, whoa. I've been anticipating this as well. A 2-pack, I assume. Maybe the Null 2-pack. Is it the Null 2-pack? Or is it perhaps maybe the Renew Your Vows 2-pack? Or maybe it's even the Peter Parker and Ned Leeds 2-pack? Or maybe it's even not even a 2-pack. It's multiple figures that I'm holding in my hand. Yeah, it's the Null 2-pack. I'm just being an a-hole. It's the King in Black 2-pack. I'm not faking anything. Yes, this is a lot heavier than I thought it looks, and wow. The windowless packaging, I honestly don't care at this point. I mean, I never really kept any of my boxes anyway, so just making them... Ooh, that artwork looks good. Just because they don't have the windows, it just makes me feel less bad that I'm throwing away the packaging. So these boxes were basically made to be thrown away, but also to protect the figures within. So let's just get it open right now. I like the Spider-Man face at the bottom there. He's sneaking up on you at the bottom. Let's open it up from the side. And then, obviously, with these newer Marvel Legends, they now have like that big cardboard, elaborate like puzzle inside that has them all, crammed in there. That big cardboard jigsaw puzzle. Yep, there they are, all wrapped up in fudge. What the fudge? Everything's falling out. Ooh. That's the Necro sword. What's this? Oh, that's the Hasbro legal service. Get out of here. Looks like we've got some alternate heads and hands. And that baggie, what baggie fell? The wings. The baggie with the wings fell. I saw this one first, and I immediately knew what was in it when I saw it. Oh, that Necro sword looks... It's a lot rubberier than I thought. I mean, I guess that helps prevent it from snapping, but I just, I don't know. Thankfully, mine didn't show up Yeah, mine didn't really show up warped or anything. I hope that's not an issue for some people where theirs show up all warped. I hope that's not an issue now. Well, I mean, without the plastic thing in there, I guess they don't, but who knows. And then the Venom's alternate head and hands. I think that's what this is. Yep. The Venom's smiling face and his alternate hands. How does his paint apps look? They actually don't look too bad, actually. I mean, there are teeny little things, but honestly, it doesn't bug me. Like, it actually doesn't really have any issues that, like, I really notice. Let's get the wings out, I guess. Because, again, it's hard to tell if you got good paint apps with these and what happened. Oh, this is just one wing. I thought this was two wings. Jeez. That snaps together. Wow. What the fudge? Look at that wing. This is definitely going to be a Halloween review if that wasn't. This is definitely going to be like, reviewed in October if that wasn't made clear. Wow. I need to get the other one out. Jeez. Get this garbage out of here. Give me the other wing. The wing's already kind of poking through the paper right there. Ooh, yes. Whoa. Ha, ha, ha. Wow. All right, let's get the Venom out and attach these on him. Oh, crap. That must be Null's other head. They look like murder victims in their packaging. I'll have to note about that in the review. They look like murder victims wrapped up in a body bag. Hello, Lopez. I guess let me get out Null's alternate head while I'm at it. Why not? Ah, this is his face with the stoic expression. Of course, it doesn't focus. Get that garbage out of here. Come on, Venom. Get out of your... I release you from your prison. Eddie. Ooh. I reviewed that original, the original movie Venom mold, and I really, really loved that figure because I am a big Venom fan. And man, this figure with the comic book design and the new comic book head really wins me over. Ooh. He actually doesn't look too bad on camera without it not focusing on him. Like, that actually doesn't look too bad. Let's get the wings on him. Wing number one. Please not be too tight. I do not want to damage these figures. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable with this wing attachment. Fudge. Yeah, that is a big wingspan. My gosh. I just really hope this doesn't break in there. I mean, the plastic feels sturdy. It is quite the chore to get it in there. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't feel very confident with how that feels. I just don't feel confident in that. I might have to go in and shave maybe some of the plastic. Or what do you think of Studio Series 89? Which one's 89? Please specify which one is 89. Keep in mind the wings might fall off at the... connection point due to their weight. I don't think these are coming out at any point at all. These wings don't feel like they're coming out. My only problem is trying to pose them doesn't feel all that great. I feel like I'm going to rip the peg. I really don't like that. I had a very similar feeling on my Marvel Legends Carnage, and that thing's ankle twisted right off. Try and heat up the holes on his back. Oh, Thundercracker. Studio Series 89 is the Bumblebee movie Thundercracker. I don't have it yet, but I'm still planning on getting him. I just don't really need him right now. Please come out. Please come. Oh, thank goodness. Thank Primus. Thank goodness you came out. Yeah, I'm gonna attach these wings on off camera, but nonetheless, this looks great. But yeah, I am definitely going to. Well, here's the thing: the wing did go into the port, but I was trying to pose it to flap it up and down. It didn't. It did not feel like the peg was moving at all. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put these on later, and maybe try to somehow, I don't know, loosen the connection in the back somehow. Hopefully, I can figure out a good way how to do that. So there we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go and modify those wings later because I just don't feel confident in trying to pose him around with like that. But the rest of the figure feels nice. The rest of the Venom feels nice. Anyway, while we're at it, let's just get Null out of there, who is a lot bigger than I thought he was going to be, and honestly, I'm all for it. I'd rather have him be a bigger, more hefty figure. Makes him, again, adds value to the set. Wow. Dang. That is the king of the symbiotes right there. Or is it the god? I think it's the god of the symbiotes. Either way, he looks very menacing. And he's quite tall. He's a lot taller than those product images led him to be. Even the reviews that I watched online, they made him look a lot smaller than he was. But wow, he's actually pretty big. Let's get the Necro Sword in his hand, to complete the look. Yes. Yeah. There we go. Null. Null. The King in Black. The King in Black himself. Come on. You stupid piece of shiz camera. I didn't say blow up. I said focus. Focus me. Yeah. Can you swap some parts with the movie Venom? I highly doubt it. There, let me get this. The body bags and garbage out of my face. So yeah, I feel like, based on the sheer size of these Marvel Legends and the accessories they come with, I'm starting to feel like it doesn't feel like an overpriced 2-pack. Because at first it looked a little like an overpriced 2-pack, but here, let me go grab that movie Venom so you guys can really tell the differences. Because I do have him just conveniently over here. Ugh. And funny enough, this movie Venom was my first Marvel Legends review on the channel too, so I'll definitely be touching up on him again coming October. Okay, so here is the original movie Venom, and then here's the comic book one. Basically, this one's realistic. This one looks better. I mean, the shade of black is ever so slightly different. He has a slightly more charcoal black. His is more of a black, if that makes sense. It's a very, very subtle difference. My only issue with this one is I wish they changed his toes. I wish they changed the Venom toes to be like just not that. But yeah, looks pretty good. Yes, you have. So yeah, that is really it for the live stream unboxing. So yeah, just to recap, the Dark Trooper droid from Mandalorian, and then the King in Black 2-pack. I really want to get these wings on the Venom, but I just do not feel comfortable with these wings, like being in the holes. Like they just feel so tight that I feel like if I'm gonna rotate it, it's gonna make the plastic start to tear, and then it'll rip off, and then I will just have a wingless Venom constantly. And again, I do agree with Shartimus Prime. I did watch Shartimus Prime's review on this 2-pack. I do wish that the Null figure also had the ports in his back so you could give him the wings. Like here, let me show you what Null should look like. Null should look something like this. But he doesn't have that. So anyway, that's really it. That's all I've really got to say about the live stream unboxing. Did I get Starscream and Thrust? Yes, I did. I do have Starscream and Thrust. And when I get Thundercracker, I'm going to review all three of them together in one video. Or I might wait until they come out with a Skywarp, and then I'll do a whole video on them. I haven't reviewed the Starscream and the Thrust because I've kind of been waiting to review them until I've gotten all the Seekers that I want from that mold. But anyway, like I said, that's really it for the live stream unboxing. I don't really have anything else to talk about. Just admiring some of the details here on the Marvel Legends figures. And again, I also really like this guy as well. He looks very good. The blast effects on his feet are always appreciated, which I wonder if, are these holes like as big as the... I wonder if these blast effects can work on other people's feet as well, like Iron Man's or something. Or even, hang on. Does this work? No freaking way. No way. Oh, heck yeah. See, here's Mando. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That looks good. They fit right into the little holes. Nice. That is really cool. Wow. Very nice. I'll definitely be using these blast effects more often. All right. Well, that's basically it for the live stream. So, can you swap Movie Venom head with the 2-pack head? Yeah, I can try doing that right now. Don't like how that looks. The comic Venom head is on a dumbbell joint, and it doesn't look like it has a whole lot of range. The movie one actually looks like it has more range. The difference in black doesn't really look that much different. Here's the comic book head on the movie head, and then here's the movie head on the comic book one. Like that. This is how he should have looked in the movie. This is how he should have looked in that movie. Eddie, you are a loser. Yeah, there we go. Well, by the way, since my last live stream unboxing, I did watch Morbius recently. Oh boy. It's It's not as bad as some people make it out to be. I don't think Morbius was that bad. I mean, it was not the best Marvel movie, but it definitely wasn't like super horrible. But I definitely wouldn't recommend it for a friend. It's kind of like one of those things where just one and done. Like I just watch it. Well, the other problem is Morbius was very forgettable. There wasn't like a moment that happened in the movie that made me go like, whoa, like I'll always remember that scene. Like I'll probably forget everything that happened in Morbius except for maybe the end credit scene. Like I'll probably forget all of that. I'll probably forget everything in that movie until like I'm probably not going to watch it again, and I will not remember anything from that movie except for the end credit scene and maybe a couple of the memes, obviously. But like, I can see why not everyone liked it, but I also don't see why everyone hated it as much, because a lot of the camera work and the CGI and everything was there. You could tell that there was work put into the movie, but was it a good movie, at least in comparison to other Marvel properties? No. No, it wasn't. Like, just to give an example, I'd rather watch the Venom movies over Morbius. But the other question is, would I rather watch Morbius over She-Hulk? Honestly, they're at kind of a draw, because the thing is with She-Hulk and Morbius, both of them have their pros and cons, and those pros and cons may be different may have them for different reasons, but they still weigh about the same. So like She-Hulk has just the same amount of pros and cons as Morbius has pros and cons. They're just for different things. So, like, honestly, I can't even tell which one I'd rather watch over the other. But yeah, it just came to mind because I just barely thought about the Venom movie, and then I thought, oh yeah, there was also Morbius, wasn't there? And then I remembered that they added Morbius to Netflix recently, and I decided to watch it because, you know, I have Netflix and I don't need to pay for watching Morbius. So I was like, all right, I'll just watch it. But yeah, I wasn't really impressed, but I also wasn't necessarily disappointed either. Like, I also wasn't necessarily entertained. Like, it's kind of blah. The thing here's the opinion about the She-Hulk show that I've been sharing with everybody, and I really stand to this opinion. Marvel hasn't really done a good job with making us care about the character of She-Hulk. But I don't really care about the character of She-Hulk, at least as of right now, because again, the show's not over yet, so maybe my opinion will change later. But as of right now, I don't give a crap about She-Hulk. But I do love the world that revolves around her. So like Daredevil, Wong, Abomination, Hulk, Bruce Banner, and all these like things that are happening around her are interesting. But She-Hulk, the person, like her herself, is not interesting enough. Thankfully, though, this last episode that they just did, I actually found the most, I guess, entertaining of the episodes, because the other ones, I just kept sitting there going, when's this going to be over? And I'm only watching it because I'm trying to catch up with everything Marvel so I can have a legitimate talk about it. Like, I'm just sitting here watching it just because it's Marvel, but I'm not actually being entertained. The last episode, the most recent one, was the most entertaining. Just because I only say that because I thought the twist of Titania using She-Hulk's name for her brand, and then they had to go to court and do all that stuff with the branding, and then they found out she used the name She-Hulk for a dating app, and just, you know, all that stuff that was like so dumb in the previous episodes actually served a legitimate role in the story. It wasn't just something random they threw in that was a bunch of BS, even though it was just in this particular episode, they took that crappy stuff that should have been left out, and instead they tried to make it work the best it could into the story. I liked the attempt. I really liked the last character as a way to attempt. Exactly. MCU's She-Hulk is not the way to get into the character. Because again, you need to make me care about this character right from the get-go, right from episode 1. I didn't start caring about this character at all until that teeny little bit of entertainment that it provided from the most recent episode. That's a bad start. If you want me to care about She-Hulk, then make me care at the beginning. Just saying. Like Moon Knight, I cared about Moon Knight by the end of episode 1. That's a lot faster than She-Hulk did. Heck, I cared more about Venom and him and Eddie Brock, and even though they're kind of a-holes in the world, I still found them more compelling characters than She-Hulk, which isn't saying much because Venom has quite the big reputation in comparison to She-Hulk, but still. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, the Venom movie that people have considered to be not that great, like it's okay, I thought was handled better than She-Hulk. I personally found the Venom movie more entertaining. Some people, I guess, didn't, or maybe that's just some of my friends that are around me, but I thought the Venom movie was entertaining. So anyway, that's it for this live stream unboxing. I don't really have much else to say. She was awesome in the comics. Well, here's the thing. She-Hulk was... Technically, they are basing She-Hulk from the comics, but the early version of her. When Marvel came up with the original character of She-Hulk, it was originally to have a character of she was more like a comedy relief thing. Like she was made for comedy relief. Because back in the day, they just thought, oh, a girl Hulk is a funny thing. Like they just thought like the actual concept of a female Hulk just seems like the butt end of a joke. And so they were like, all right, let's just make it into a joke. And so it was more of a comedy series, and that's why she broke the fourth wall and she talked like, in jokes or whatever. But then as the comics went on, Marvel saw that people actually legitimately liked the concept and her character, and they then developed her into being She-Hulk, like who she became in the comics that everyone loved. The lovable big sister type She-Hulk that everyone loved from the comics. The one that we thought we were going to get for the show. But they decided to go back and revert her back to her original comedic side. And again, just like back in those comics, it doesn't work, especially in film form. It just doesn't work. But anyway, that's it for me. I'm going to go watch Andor. So, thank you all for watching. This has been Briximus Prime. I'll try to do some more content and get more stuff out. I'm also going to go handle these Venom wings right after this live stream. And, yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.